Hello, I'm Philip from cronnominal.com. Just a quick screencast to demonstrate how to use crontab and cron to schedule tasks and automate jobs. As a web developer, I find it super handy to kind of use cron. I use it in an e-commerce setting to do all sorts of jobs, such as, I don't know, pricing formulas, pulling down stock from suppliers, pulling down new products from suppliers, inserting products into a database, that kind of thing. All jobs which you really don't want to be doing manually and that need to happen sort of like frequently throughout the day. So this video is just going to demonstrate how to use cron. I've got some files on this system. They're just local files. They're simple scripts. I've got a shell script, a Python script, and a PHP script, and gonna set up a crontab file with crontab entries to run these scripts every minute. Again, these are local files, so it's not something you'd normally do, but well, not on a desktop anyway. On a server, definitely. Probably, I've got a remote file as well, which I'll demonstrate how to run a remote file as well. Okay, so if we take a look at this shell script to begin with, like I say, it's a really simple script. It changes directory into this directory, runs a date command with the S argument, and that stores a timestamp in this timestamp variable. Then we're going to direct the output of the date command into a new text file, which is the text file will have the timestamp of it as its name, and then we're just going to exit this. So we want to run this every minute. I'm going to open another terminal and just run the watch command so we can see files being created by the crontab entries that we create. So the way you create a crontab file, actually, if you do crontab -L first, that'll list any crontab files you've already got. I mean, you're going to know if you've already got one. I haven't got one. No crontab for core nominal. So I'm going to run crontab -E for edit. That's going to open up my editor. And this is where I'm going to put my first crontab entry. Syntax for the timing, I'm going to be running them every minute, so that's star. So basically five asterisks or 5 stars. If we come across to this web page, you'll see the syntax for the timing syntax here. So the first one is minute, follow that down, then we've got hour, day of month, day of week. There's some more examples I've put on this page that shows different timings. You can really kind of go to town with these and run a task whenever you want. I think the probably once a minute that's how granular it gets. So you can't really do any more than one a minute. I mean, you could combine tasks, but it's probably best left to another screencast. Right. You've also got these as well, special strings that you can put in. Daily, weekly, hourly, they're all pretty handy. But for this screencast, because I don't want to be sitting around waiting for hours for stuff to happen, I'm just going to be running them at every minute, which is this here. Okay, so if we go back to our terminal, so I'll put that in. So next I want to put in the path to the shell script. Temp cron shell script .sh, come out of that. And now that should run in about 30 seconds, which just got enough time to show. I want to be in my so ls-l. So So just to show that all these scripts are executable. You can also check that in Python. Got a few seconds. I'll just wait for that to run. Okay, and there's the first text file. If we open that up, have a look. We've got the date in there as it should be. Yeah, so executable files, just click on properties, permissions, and just need that checkbox in there. Or you're looking for these X's. Right. Yeah, so the crontab user just needs to be able to have executable permissions on the script or the command that it's running. Right, so if we take a look at the next one, which is a PHP script. Again, we're going to run this every minute, so it's opening PHP tag, change the working directory, very similar to how the bash script does it, because we want all of our output to be in here. Store the date in the date variable, write the new file. This time the new text file is going to be called php-timestamp.txt. It's going to contain the date from this command, and we're also going to output some date, although we're not going to see that in the crontab command because it's headless. So if we create a new crontab, so this goes on the next line. .php. Actually, this one needs to run through the PHP interpreter. So we put in the user bin PHP. Okay, so if we save that, come out of that, we should have in 40 seconds. Should have a new text file. We'll just list that. Just double check we've got that. We've got plenty of time to double check we've done that correctly. Yep, so looks good. Just in a few seconds that file should be created. Yep, and there it is. So let's just double check that. And that's there. If we wanted to see what the output of that script is, we could direct it to another file. We'll put it in the same directory, call it PHP output.txt. Save that. Just take a quick look, make sure I put that in correctly. Home, core nominal, temp, cron, PHP output. Okay, so just in a few seconds, that should come in. That's there. So just find it in here. Yeah, and that's got the output of the PHP script. I'm going to break this script now, and it can be quite handy to know how to debug some scripts. So if you've got a PHP script or a shell script, well, any kind of script really, and it's not working, it's handy to be able to see the output of that. So I've broken that intentionally. Let's go back in. So just need to redirect any errors. So that's just put a 2 there. Come out of that, say yes. In a few seconds, this PHP output should now contain an error. Yeah, so unexpected variable is because I missed that semicolon. So go back into here and just put that back on, and that should be working again. Right, so I think the last script to look at is the Python script. Again, very similar, apart from this one doesn't create any files, it just prints out the time and the date. So if we go in crontab edit, again another new line every minute. Don't need to run it through a Python interpreter. Temp cron Python script .py. Now that's not going to basically do anything because it's not creating a script and the output's not going to know where to go. So what we'll do is we'll append the output to a file, again in the same directory. Temp cron, and we'll call it Python output text. Right, about 15 seconds for that to run, so I'll just double check I've entered that correctly. Home core nominal temp. Yep, looks good. Right, so Python output should have a date in there. Yep, the date file exists. We'll let that run again because, like I say, every time that runs, that's going to append the date to that file. So there should be, next time it runs, there should be 2 lines in it. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's run. So if we check that file again, yeah, so it's got 2 lines. So those 3 crontab entries are working fine. The way to remove a crontab file is crontab -r. You won't get any warning, so it's probably I actually very rarely use this because it just deletes your crontab file completely, which without any warning. So seems a bit, you'd have thought there'd be some sort of confirmation prompt or something, but there isn't. So if we do that and then run crontab -l, you'll see there's no crontab. So what I normally do, crontab, I'll just paste those back in. What I normally do if I want to remove crontab entries is I'll edit the file and just put a comment in, and then that'll stop those running. Just clean up those files, we don't need those anymore, so we've just got our Python scripts left. So the next thing to try is running a remote script. So I've got a subdomain I've set up just on a cheap shared hosting account. perfect for this sort of thing. It's here. So if I have a look in demo.corenominal.com, there's this cron folder, and here we've got an index.php file, and it's very similar to the local PHP file that we ran, except it runs remotely on a web server. So if we look at this address here in my web browser, I've already got it up. When you run this, basically it outputs the date and the IP address of the user. Again, it's just for demo purposes. It's not something that I think you'd be wanting to do. So if we come back to here, it outputs a text file into this temp directory if it runs successfully. So we'll delete that and then edit our crontab file on our local machine. Actually, I can get rid of those now. We don't need those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, we're going to run this every minute, and I tend to use wget for this sort of thing. So I'll enter the wget command and tack on the queue because I want it to be quiet. And then I think it's spider. That's just spider mode, so it won't actually download the output. It will just sort of like request the file, and that's enough to run the PHP script remotely. And then we want the web address. Yeah. Okay. So if we exit out of that, save that and exit. If I close that watch command, close that terminal, open one in here, run the same watch command. So we've already got one text file. This external drive's mounted with SSHFS, so it's probably there's probably a bit of a delay between the file being written and what I can see here on my screen. But we'll see what happens. So just waiting for this timer here to tick over to 46 minutes past 10. Okay, that ran, there it is. So there wasn't that much of a delay actually, it ran pretty quickly. So yeah, and so that's running a remote PHP script via wget in with cron. Yeah, so I'll just get rid of that because I don't want to be running that all the time. Right, so that's all my crontab files gone. All the demos stopped. Yeah, cron. I hope you found this video interesting. If you've got any questions, you can pop them in the comments below. Yeah, if I can answer them, I'll try my best. Like I say, I'm not a cron expert or anything. I just use it regularly for my job. So, and yeah, it's kind of, yeah, it's good to know how to use it. So, thanks for watching.